This is Cheyenne Valentine back today again with a new episode. So I want to rant. I have some things on my mind and I might talk about multiple things in this video, so therefore I don't know what the title's going to be, but I want to talk about being a child-free woman again. I have 2 other videos about this and I want to kind of talk about the different things I have noticed. I want to know I have a couple things to talk about in this video. I want to know, do you feel like child-free women are looked down upon? And also, is having a child an accomplishment? And so let's talk about, is having a child an accomplishment? I want to talk about that first because so at my new job, we had to do a thing where the 2 new girls, I'm one of them and the other girls new. We were the 2 new girls. We had a meeting and we had to tell the group something about ourselves. Now, excuse me. I usually don't like doing this because I don't want these people to know anything about me, but at the same time, I am proud of the little things I felt I accomplished, and whatever goal you have set for yourself that you accomplish, I don't care how small it looks to someone else, it is an accomplishment. You have succeeded because I don't care if you set out to walk 10 minutes a day and you did it for a week. You accomplished your goal. It don't matter how small it is to somebody else. So, what I mean? I want to say that, I don't, well, to tell them about myself, I could say, well, I don't have any kids, I went natural, which I have natural hair, but I could say, well, I have a hair book out and where I teach women, how to manage their natural hair, I do YouTube videos. I have a bachelor's degree. I have lived in 4 different states. I love to meditate. I'm going to take other classes to be a health coach or, to do psychic readings, blah, 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 because I'm into like the healing things and I want my own business. I could have said all that, right? I love to write. I'm writing 2 other books, all this stuff is true, but I didn't say all that. I basically said that, I moved and lived in like 4 or 5 other states. I love to read. I love to write. That's why I wrote a book. I write books, obviously. And I told them I love spiritual things, which is true. Like, using crystals, meditating, standing barefoot in the grass, sun gazing, hugging trees. That's my thing too. So, when I named that, I didn't seem all that interested in them probably. But if I told them about the books and all that, I might have. But my thing is, I'm not making money from those things to sustain me. I still need that job. So I kind of feel like if I'm not living my passion, what the hell I'm telling them about it for? So anyway, it's a new girl there. I think she's like 21. I don't know how old she is. She's quite young. She has a 2-year-old. And also she has a foster child. Everybody, when she said that she had a foster child, they was like, oh my God, how noble you. They started clapping for her. And I was just sitting here because I started to say I don't have any kids and I probably never will have some. I wanted to say, actually, I don't have kids and don't want any. And if I would have said that, every woman in that room would have looked at me and probably wanted to fight me. And so when this young lady said, and she's really cool, when she said she has a 2-year-old and a foster child, the first thing I thought about, I know she mentioned a boyfriend. I wonder, I wonder, is that his kid? Why she didn't get married? That's the first, coming from women like me who don't believe having kids at a well. Like I first thought, why she get married to have kids? But she could have been married. I don't know. And this could be her boyfriend's baby. And then I'm like, she got a foster child, so okay, that's nice of her to do that. But then it's like, okay, you got to work this crappy 9-to-5 job. Now she was in the military. She used to hunt. She said she grew up on a farm, used to hunt, and so she can kill food, cook it, clean it, do all that, prepare. And then she was in the military, and so everybody's like, oh, you have such an interesting life. And I'm just looking at them like, see, she's the exact opposite of me. First of all, I'm a vegan vegetarian. I don't eat meat. She does. I don't have any kids. She does. And somebody said like she's the total opposite of you, but we get along really well. She's adorable, but she is the opposite of me in a way. She got kids. I don't. Like, we're just the opposite of each other, and the thing about it was, so the 2 things that, I don't believe having kids out of wedlock, and in the military, I'm totally against the military. Like, they risk their lives for this crooked ass government. But that's neither here nor there. I'll talk about that in another video. But how they got the clapping when she said she had adopted child, I was just like, so having a kid is an accomplishment, even though she didn't birth that kid. I'm just saying, overall, having a kid is looked at as an accomplishment. And so when we went around the room and everyone told her about themselves, and this one lady, she did say she's a nail tech, she like doing nails, but she also said she has a daughter. Everybody's saying, yeah, her daughter's gorgeous, and she has a daughter that's a screensaver on a computer, and she barely talks, but when she does talk a lot, she talks about her daughter. And it gets kind of annoying. I get tired of hearing about people's fucking kids. Like, I'm not jealous. I could push out a baby right now or adopt if I want to. I just get tired of hearing. It's like nobody gives a fuck. Like, I hate to say this might come off so mean and rude, but nobody gives a fuck about your kid. I love kids. I'm protective over kids, but you know, people make it sound like their kid is so much better than anybody else's kid. And what I don't respect out of some people who have kids is the fact that they can talk about how great their fucking kid is, but they can't have compassion for nobody else's child. You know what I'm saying? They could be mean to another person's child and talk about that kid like I've seen it happen, where, you know, their kid can do no wrong, but your kid is a devil spawn. I'm tired of that shit. Look, your kid ain't better than no fucking body else. Okay, think about it like this, people. All the people you have encountered as an adult, all these jerks you have encountered, all these evil people, these asshole bosses, these backstabbers at these jobs, they too was a child. Somebody adored them and thought that they was the apple of their eye. Somebody was showing someone pictures of them and saying, look how adorable my child is, and look what they grew up to be. So I don't want to hear that about how incredible your kid is, because you was a kid once and look how you grew, look how you turned out to be a piece of fucking shit. So only thing I can say is that make sure your kid don't turn out to be like you. Make sure your kid turns out to be a good human being. Make sure, and also if you love kids so much, you should be able to adopt multiple kids. And so I think, the reason why they clap because she had a foster kid, because that's honorable, because they know a lot of women, they only care about their fucking kid, and that's it. They don't care about nobody. My mother died when I was quite young, and my aunties was barely fucking there for me. One of them never even called me. The other one wasn't there. It was only one that called me now and then, like for the first month when my mom died, and after that I barely heard from her. Okay, they didn't give a fuck about me. Okay, but I was 16. I mean, I wasn't a little child, but I was their niece. You think they would have cared? No, because I wasn't their child. Okay, so they clap because they know how people are. But when they went around the room, another lady said, the best thing that ever happened to me was my daughter. She's 30 years old. She has 2 kids, and she said, I thought I could never experience as much joy as when I had my daughter, but after I had my grandkids, the joy I feel is even bigger than when I had my daughter. And look, I love hearing that, but I guess when you don't have a kid, you can't understand how people talk about their kid like that's an accomplishment, and then it's like they kid becomes their world, and their life is revolving around their kid, which is how it usually turns out when you're a parent. But it's like they have no other interest outside their child. Like their child is their interest. Like they give up on a man, they give up on everything. They give up on having their own activities. It's just weird. And so as a child-free woman, I feel like we're looked down upon. We're looked down upon because we don't have kids. We're looked at as, I talked about this in another video. I talked about this in another video. We looked at as selfish. But beyond that, I think I guess we can't relate to each other, but it's just as a woman, you're just so expected to just always want kids. Like it was a lady that I work with, and she was saying she don't have kids, but that wasn't in God's plan for her, but she always wanted kids and all that. And I understand, that's a natural instinct for a woman to want kids, but why should you feel less than a woman because you don't have any? Why the hell should I feel less than a woman for that? Because I'm gonna tell you something right now, I'm glad I don't have any kids right now. I don't know what the future may hold for me, but I'm not ready for nothing. I'm not gonna have one now. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I'm not doing it because I do not like working 9-to-5 job. I hate it. I've been feeling borderline suicidal from working this one. It depresses me. I don't feel you should have to work 8 hours a day doing anything. It's draining. When I get off, I barely have time to myself. This is not the life I want for myself, and therefore I'm very creative. I like doing videos. I like writing. I'm very spiritual. Like I want to be a healer. I like being in front of the camera, even though I'm not in front of the camera as much on these videos. I got 2 other channels. I'm very creative, and I'm meant to be, I think, a leader and to inform people things. And And so, you know, it's devastating when you're at a job and you're doing the exact opposite of what you feel you're meant to do, and you gotta take orders from a piece of shit and deal with, you know, backstabbing coworkers and people that dislike you for no fucking reason. And also, I like to dress up in heels and dress up a lot, and you know, I kind of stand out in that kind of environment, and it seems like I'm overdressed when that's just how I dress. I like looking nice, okay? Or that's my definition of looking nice. Somebody else's definition could be like, you know, sweats and some gym shoes and a hair up. That's not me. I like heels, my hair down, makeup. That's me. So I'm just totally out of place at my job in any 9-to-5 job. I need I need to work in like a tattoo shop. I would love to have been a tattoo artist, you know, if I could draw a little bit too, actually, but you know, a singer, or you know, even, you know, I want to be a fashion designer, novelist. I mean, I have wrote a book, so that novelist part, I accomplished that. And with the fashion, I like to dress nice. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I want to give myself a 9-to-5 job. So if I had a kid, I couldn't come home and work on my business and work on my goals, because I would be a good mom and I would be focused on my child, and I wouldn't have freaking time. Okay, so I'm glad I don't have any. But people look down on women, in my opinion. Society looks down on a woman who doesn't want kids. They look at her, women like us, like we not shit. They think we're weird. They think that we're not really a woman because we don't have a child. And then if we don't, they think just because we don't, either we're supposed to have a child, right, if you're a woman, or if you don't, you need to be basically want to kill yourself or slit your throat because you don't, and that you got to spend every waking day yearning, and you just jealous of women who have kids. I am not jealous of a woman who has a kid. Let me repeat this again. I'm not fucking jealous of a woman that has a kid. I'm not fucking jealous of you. For what? I mean, kids are beautiful. I could adopt. If it gets that bad I just gotta have a child, I can fucking adopt, okay? Because I'm not as selfish as you people think that I am, because a child don't have to come out of my vagina in order for me to love it. But just how people was bragging about their kids and that mean and saying that's, you know, they was using like it was an accomplishment. And I just want to know, is having a kid an accomplishment? Having a kid is normal to me. It's part of life. That's how you procreate the species. But I also feel like not having one is normal too. There are people in the world that's gay. There's some women who are barren, can't have any. It's some women who never found the right guy to have it with. Some women who just didn't want any. It's different kind of people in the world. Everybody's not going to live the same path. So I'm tired of people making it seem like because you don't have a kid, your life as a woman meant nothing. They make you feel like that. And so when they was clapping for this girl because she adopted a kid, and then she young as fuck with a 2-year-old and then a foster child, I'm just like, she too damn young for all this. I mean, she got her life ahead of her. She's vibrant. She got a lot of energy. You know, what you think, okay, that's cool to have kids, and the reason why I brought up, I felt she was too young to have 2 kids, because she was saying how she was in the military, she was an officer, and she wanted to pursue that career more, but, you know, after she had her kid, she couldn't pursue it the way she wanted to because she had a child, and so that kind of got her off track. Now she's working this shitty-ass job with me, and I'm just like, you know, neither one of us belong here. We're better than this, and I'm just thinking, like, had she waited just to have her child and waited to get a foster daughter, she could have pursued that, and she would have still been young enough and to have a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people can. I know when we have a time frame we want to have kids, but you know, this is how I feel about it. This might come off really fucked up. I'm just gonna say it. I would rather not have kids, but have a great marriage and have a great career and love what I do every day when I get up, than to, I have to admit it, than to have kids and love my kids to death. Trust me, if I had kids, I would love them to death, and I feel I'd be a great mom. But I would rather not have them, have a promising career where I didn't have to have a 9-to-5, travel, enjoy my life fully, and know what my purpose on this earth is, and have a loving husband, than to just have kids, you know, that I love to death, not have a husband having to do it all on my own, and have to work a 9-to-5 job that I fucking hate because I can't quit because I gotta have money for my kids, because I'm not gonna have my kids starving and going without. That's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna do whatever. If I gotta work a shitty job for my kids, that's what the hell I would be doing. But I would just rather not have any, because I would be miserable if I had to have them, and because I need so much money coming in because I got, you know, a couple kids and they need so much, and maybe my passion of writing books or being a healer is not bringing enough money, I gotta take a 9-to-5 just to take care of my kids, and then not having a husband to help me. I just would have rather not have any. I don't want to put them through that, and I don't want to put myself through that. I want to be happy, you all. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I do for a living. I don't know how you are. Like, some people, like, they can work a job that if that was, literally picking up dog number 2, they could do that for a living and make a lot of money, and even though they had no passion for it, they could be content. I'm not like that. I have to like what I do for a living. Because what you do for a living, you do that every single day, and you're there long hours, and it takes up it's basically your fucking life. You're around the people, your coworkers, more than you're around your family. So how I feel about it, whatever I do to bring in income, I have to enjoy. It has to be my passion. Okay. And so even if I had kids, no matter how much I would love my kids, and I come home and see my child, being away from my child 8 hours a day, I can't handle that. I would not be able to handle that. I would not like that, because somebody else basically raising my kid all day, and I wouldn't be able to really enjoy being a parent, because I'd be coming home angry, mad, and wanting to quit the job, but knowing I can't because I gotta be there for my child. And it's just that conflict. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna physically kill me. So I would just rather just not have a child and deal with that. But I do feel that childless women are looked down upon because we don't have kids. I'm tired of women who do have kids being put on a fucking pedestal. Just them being pregnant. Like, have you ever seen a woman that was pregnant? I know you have, but I've worked with a girl in my last job. She was pregnant. She was about to have a baby any day. Her feet was kind of swole too, and this one girl used to rub her stomach, and they were just all over, and like when I see her coming, I let her go first, open the door for her. But I didn't think she was no better than nobody else just because you carrying a child. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, but I don't know. It's not that I'm not compassionate. I'm just like, okay, she's having a baby, so fucking what? She wasn't married. She was 25, had a boyfriend. I don't know if that was the boyfriend's baby. Once again, the same bullshit. Okay, they weren't married. We don't know how. A lot of times when people are just boyfriend and girlfriend, when they have a kid, it usually ends. Shit, the dude a lot of times didn't even want the fucking kid. And then she's working this job. She kind of had a stank attitude. I don't think she liked the fucking job. Now, by her having that baby, she's going to be forced to stay at that shitty ass job. See, that's another reason. I got to get my passion going first and make a lot of money from that. Then and then if I get married, on top of making a lot of money from my passion and having free time and being married and financially stable, then I might consider having one. But if none of that is happening in my life at once, it can't just be having a husband with no money, or having my own business, loving what I do when I wake up in the morning, making a lot of money, but no husband whom I had a baby with. Yeah, I could pick some random dude, but no, we have to be madly in love, married, and he has to want to be a father and provide. If I can't find that, then no kid for me. So I felt uncomfortable in that meeting because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I wanted to say I don't have kids and I don't want none. They wouldn't have thought that was funny. They would look at me like I was fucking stupid, because they feel like my purpose as a woman is only to push out babies out my vagina. That's the only purpose I have. That's all they see me as, a walking fucking uterus. Like, as a woman, I have no other qualifications. I have nothing else to bring my life fulfillment other than the child. I love kids, but a kid don't make or break me in that sense. I love kids more than I'm not selfish, actually. And because if I was selfish, I would just have a kid to just to love me unconditionally. Because a lot of times women want to have kids to feel that love. Because, romantic love comes and goes, as we all know. You go through relationships. You can't depend on someone you're having sex with for unconditional love, because the love is conditional. If they start beating you up and cheating on you, you probably ain't gonna, you might love them, but that love gonna soon fucking fade. So the love is conditional with a romantic partner. But I've heard when you have a child, that love is the kind of love that nobody can match. People say the love they have for their child is the kind of love that they never experienced true love until they had a kid. And hearing that kind of makes me sad, because I'm like, wow, I never experienced true love until I have a child. But you know what? It is what it is. I can't force myself to have a child and bring them in a bad situation. My life maybe was meant to not have a kid, and that's perfectly fine. But when someone says they has a foster kid or they have a kid at a very young age, and people pretty much give them a round of applause, as a woman, a childless woman, I don't know what to say about that. I feel like they think very little of women who don't have kids. They have an issue with us, and I don't know what it is. I think what it is, they feel they can't relate, and they feel like we're weird. Like, how can you be content and happy without having a kid? And they just assume that you have a fucking kid. Why do you assume I have a fucking kid? Like, you don't see a ring on my finger, and so why would you assume that? And then two, sometimes they don't necessarily assume it, they just ask, but they ask with excitement. Oh, you got a kid? You know, like it's exciting. Or you got kids? You know, like they want to talk about kids all fucking day. For what? The kid, what the talk? Instead of talk to me about your kid, why don't you just spend time with your kid? How about that? Oh, I forgot you're at a job all day and you only got a couple hours after, you know, you get off to really spend time with them. Oh, I forgot. Then you got to go to bed and get back up in the morning and spend all your day away from them. That's why you gotta have pictures of them on, you know, on your desk and have them at your screensaver. No, I want to be. If I had kids, this one couple I know. No, I don't know them, but it's two couples on YouTube. They both of them have location independent businesses. The mom and the fathers work at home, and one of the couples they travel with their 5 kids. Like literally, their kids aren't in regular school. They homeschool and they travel. Go, you know, they live in different Costa Rica and Thailand, and their raw food is too. And so that's the kind of lifestyle I would want if I was to get married and to have kids. Okay, homeschool, we actually spend time with our kids and we have a life with our kids. Our kids' life is not away from us at this school all day with other people, or we're away at a job, you know, separate. Family's supposed to be together. So that's the kind of lifestyle I would want if I had kids and I was married. But yeah, I just want you child-free women to comment below. Do you feel like, you know, women having a kid is an accomplishment? Do you feel like that society and other women and people put women with kids on a pedestal, and that they are looked at as are they looked at as if, okay, you had a kid, so you have accomplished something? Almost like you graduating from college, they look at if you having a kid as an accomplishment, like it's a goal, and anybody can push out a baby, right? And also, do you child-free women feel like you're looked down upon? Like, you know, if you was to be in a meeting or you was to do something, they ask you about your life, and you just say, well, if you was to say, I don't have kids and I don't want any, they probably laugh, have that awkward laugh, you know what it sounds like, and then be like, oh my God, like she's the devil. You know what I mean? Like, because you're only expected, you know, your only purpose in life is just to push out a baby.